behind the walls of America's most famous plural marriage. Silence carried secrets. Secrets of favoritism. Secrets of inequality. Secrets of pain. Christine Brown Woolley has now opened the door. In her memoir, she recalls the sting of being overlooked, the pain of overheard words through thin walls, and the realization that Kody Brown's love was never equal. But her story also highlights something darker, how Meri, the first wife, was quietly judged for having only one child. Tonight, we unravel how Christine's memoir isn't just her story, it's the untold truth of sister wives. And the climax? A twist that forces us to ask, was Meri ever truly valued? Or was the family built on favoritism all along?
But he doesn't know how to take accountability for the fact that he just pushed a button.
So he knows what your weaknesses are?
Yeah, isn't that so sad? And he uses them against you. Like he knew what I craved more than—
Part 1. When Sister Wives premiered in 2010, America was captivated. Kody Brown, with his 4 wives Meri, Janelle, Christine, and later Robyn, promised a story of love, unity, and faith. But beneath the facade of family harmony, Christine's pain simmered quietly. She played the role of devoted wife and mother, but behind the scenes, she felt slighted, unheard, and most of all, unequal. Christine recalls overhearing Kody through the thin walls of their home moments where his words pierced her heart, reminders that she was not his priority. These weren't just passing remarks, they were wounds that never healed. Kody's love wasn't shared equally. While Christine's honeymoon was simple, even rushed, Robyn, the newest wife, was whisked away for 10 romantic days by the ocean. 10 days of passion, devotion, and memories, while Christine, Meri, and Janelle had to settle for far less. The message was clear, not all wives were valued the same. And when Christine realized this, it wasn't just jealousy, it was heartbreak. A realization that her place in the marriage was never equal. Christine's new book isn't just a memoir, it's a reckoning. She describes years of emotional neglect, of watching Kody invest himself more deeply in one marriage while letting the others crumble. Fans once suspected favoritism, but Christine's words confirm the whispers. Through thin walls, Christine heard truths not meant for her ears. Words that reminded her love was not evenly shared. The twist? Christine wasn't just overlooked, she was dismissed. When she questioned Kody's choices, she wasn't met with comfort. Instead, she was met with indifference. And when Robyn entered the picture, Christine knew her marriage would never recover. The contrast was undeniable. Robyn received the dream, while Christine was left with the bare minimum. And fans? They never forgave Kody for it. The revelations shook the Sister Wives community. Fans flooded social media. Christine deserved better. Kody showed his true colors. We all saw it, but now we know it. What was once a family brand built on unity is now a cautionary tale of inequality and favoritism. And Christine? She's moved on. Happily remarried, living her truth, and using her voice to inspire women everywhere to demand respect, equality, and self-worth. Christine Brown Woolley's story isn't just about a marriage, it's about resilience. It's about reclaiming your voice after years of silence. And tonight, she's proving that walking away from pain can lead to something beautiful. But the question remains, did Kody Brown ever truly love all his wives equally? Or was it always destined to fall apart? Tell us what you think in the comments below. If you believe Christine deserves her happy ending, Hit that likey button. Because in the world of sister wives, the truth was never behind the cameras, it was behind the walls. Part 2. When Sister Wives first aired in 2010, viewers met Kody Brown's unconventional family, 4 wives, 1 husband, and dreams of unity. Meri was the first wife, the original partner. But unlike the others, she had just 1 daughter, Mariah. At first, it seemed like a small detail. Yet, over time, it became an unspoken weight she carried. Christine's memoir repeatedly highlights this fact. Meri only had 1 child. Though presented without malice, its repetition suggests a deeper truth that inside the Brown household, the number of children defined a wife's value. For Christine and Janelle, raising multiple kids meant constant busyness, constant validation. But for Meri, the lack of children became a quiet stigma. Fans now wonder, was Meri seen as less of a contributor to the family dynamic? Was her worth measured not by her heart, but by her womb? And when Christine and Robyn once joked about Meri not pulling her weight, what seemed like light humor was actually a window into deeper family attitudes. Polygamous families often view children as currency proof of devotion, power, and legacy. In that context, Meri's single child set her apart. Christine's retelling doesn't scream cruelty, but the repetition feels like a subtle judgment. Was Christine simply stating facts, or revealing an ingrained bias? The contrast was impossible to ignore. And fans began asking, was Meri truly valued as an equal wife? Here's the twist. Christine wasn't alone in this sentiment. Robyn, Kody's favorite wife, once joined in the joke that Meri wasn't carrying her weight. Think about that. The woman who later became Kody's closest partner still echoed a bias that Meri was somehow less. The joke wasn't innocent, it was a reflection of a painful reality. For Meri, who struggled with fertility, these moments weren't just light-hearted jabs, they were reminders of what she couldn't control. The backlash was immediate. Fans accused the wives of weaponizing Meri's infertility against her. Social media lit up with outrage. You don't measure a woman's worth by her children. Others pointed out that Meri's loyalty, her years with Kody, and her sacrifices were overshadowed by one simple number 1 child. Yet, despite the bias, Meri has built her own path. Today, she thrives outside of Kody's shadow, proving that her value was never tied to how many children she had. Christine's words may have been unintentional, but they opened a window into the deeper biases within polygamy. For Meri, her worth was questioned, her motherhood measured, and her contributions minimized. But now? She's rewriting her story, and fans are standing beside her. So the question remains, was Meri's place in the Brown family truly respected? Or was she always destined to be seen as less, simply because she had only 1 child? What do you think? Was Meri unfairly judged inside the Brown household? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Because sometimes, the harshest judgments aren't spoken loudly. They're repeated quietly until they shape the truth. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. When Sister Wives premiered in 2010, the Browns presented unity, 4 wives, 1 husband, 1 family. But off-camera, fault lines were already forming. Christine remembers the early days when her marriage to Kody lacked passion, when even their honeymoon was brief and uninspired. Yet years later, when Robyn entered, she received a 10-day romantic escape by the ocean, lavish, passionate, unequal. It was favoritism written in sand and waves. And Christine never forgot it. But Christine's book also reveals another fracture. Meri, the first wife, only had one child. Christine doesn't attack her, yet she repeats this detail again and again. And fans noticed. Was Christine simply stating facts, or unconsciously echoing a family bias? In the Browns' world, children were currency. And Meri, with just one, was often seen as less. Even Robyn joined in, once laughing with Christine that Meri wasn't contributing enough. But beneath the humor, Meri felt the sting of a cruel truth. Infertility had marked her as unequal. Historically, in polygamous households, a wife's value was often measured by her children. Christine's repeated reminders of Meri's one child reflect this unspoken truth. And when Christine describes overhearing Kody through thin walls, we glimpse not only her pain, but the hierarchy within the household. Love wasn't shared. It was ranked. And the most shocking part? Christine and Meri were once allies. But favoritism, jokes, and quiet dismissals fractured them forever. Here is the twist. The very women who felt dismissed by Kody, Christine, and Meri were also complicit in dismissing each other. Christine reveals favoritism, yet she herself repeated the bias that Meri was somehow less, simply because she had one child. And Robyn? She played both sides, beloved by Kody, yet joking about Meri's infertility. It wasn't just Kody's favoritism, was an entire family culture of inequality. And Meri's silent struggle was never truly understood until fans pieced it together themselves. The revelations sent shockwaves through the fan community. On Reddit, one fan wrote, "Christine deserved better, but so did Meri. Why was her worth measured by kids?" Another added, "The favoritism wasn't just about Robyn, it was about all of them." Meri, once cast as less, now redefines herself outside the family. Christine, once overlooked, now lives joyfully with her new husband, Brown Woolley. The cycle of favoritism that shaped their marriages no longer defines their futures. Christine's memoir isn't a story of heartbreak, it's a mirror into how women are valued in relationships. Was love ever equal in the Brown family? Or was it always a game of numbers, favoritism, and silent judgment? For USA women watching, Christine's story resonates far beyond polygamy. It's about equality, respect, and the courage to walk away from a love that doesn't see your worth. Fans may remember season 6, when Christine openly admitted feeling jealous of Kody's closeness with Robyn. She broke down in tears, confessing she didn't feel wanted. That wasn't just reality TV drama, it was the real Christine, wrestling with the same imbalance she later described in her memoir. Looking back now, we see those on-camera moments as foreshadowing. Christine had been sounding the alarm for years, but no one, least of all Kody, was listening. To truly understand the tension within the Brown family, we need to step outside their home. In Utah, polygamy was long considered a felony, and when Sister Wives premiered, the family even faced the risk of prosecution. They moved to Nevada in 2011 to avoid charges. In this context, wives with larger families carried symbolic weight, proof of commitment to the faith and lifestyle. Meri's single child, though never her fault, was often seen through that lens. Christine's repeated reminders of this in her book are not just personal, they echo centuries of cultural expectation, where women in plural marriage were measured by the children they bore. And that raises a haunting question. Was Meri's value questioned by her family, or by an entire system. Meri's vulnerability didn't end with being judged for one child. In 2015, she was caught in the infamous catfishing scandal, seeking emotional connection outside her marriage. Fans now revisit that storyline with new eyes. Was Meri truly at fault? Or was she desperately reaching for validation she never received at home? Christine's subtle digs about her one child feel heavier in hindsight. Perhaps Meri's isolation pushed her further than anyone realized. Meri was broken long before the catfish. Nobody listened. But what if things had been different? What if Christine had been given a 10-day honeymoon like Robyn? Would she have felt equally cherished, or would Kody still have drifted away? And what if Meri had more children? Would Kody's favoritism have shifted, or was Robyn always destined to be his favorite? These questions don't have answers, but they highlight the painful reality. Love in the Brown family was never equal, no matter the circumstances. Was inequality destiny or design? Asterisk on Reddit, fans debated endlessly. One user wrote, "Christine fought for equality, but she still judged Meri. The hypocrisy hurts." Another countered, "Christine wasn't wrong, she was pointing out what the family already felt." On Facebook, women shared personal stories of feeling unseen in their own marriages, using Christine and Meri's struggles as mirrors. One comment read, "This isn't just about polygamy, it's about women everywhere being valued for the wrong things." And on YouTube, reaction videos flooded the platform, with creators analyzing every line of Christine's memoir, pointing to favoritism, double standards, and the painful reminder that women were measured by children and attention, not by love. As Christine thrives in her new marriage and Meri embraces independence, the spotlight now shifts to Robyn and Kody. With Christine's memoir shaking the foundation of Sister Wives, fans wonder, can the show even survive without the women who dare to speak their truth? Or will TLC lean on Robyn's storyline as the last standing chapter of a fractured family? One thing is certain, Christine's words have changed how fans will remember this family forever. And in our next deep dive, we'll uncover how Robyn's special treatment began long before the cameras started rolling. What do you think? Was Meri unfairly judged? Did Kody ever love all his wives equally? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you believe in women reclaiming their voices, hit that like button. Subscribe for more Sister Wives deep dives and ring the bell so you never miss the truth behind the cameras. Because in the Brown family, silence spoke louder than love.